Tonight on SUTV News, we cover the recent fire in the Shippensburg area.
And we'll cover the 97th Annual Oscars.
All that and more tonight on SUTV News.
Good evening and welcome back to this week's broadcast with the latest news. I'm Haley Galaskis.
And I'm Maddie Shively. A barn was destroyed just off campus due to a fire. When fire officials arrived, 2 chicken barns were completely engulfed in flames. While one was able to be saved, the other was completely destroyed. Luckily, no injuries were reported, humans or animals. Both barns were still in preparations to house chickens, but both were empty when the fire started. The cause of the fire remains unclear as investigations are still underway. Student Leadership Awards are on the horizon and nominations are available right now. The gala will take place on April 29th at 6 p.m. in the Martin House. Check your student emails for more information, including how to nominate, with a link to the Google form as well. Self-nominations are also accepted, and all forms are considered for the awards. Be sure to get your nominations in soon.
This weekend, MSA held their Black Experience Tribute event on campus. The event took place over the course of multiple hours in the Memorial Auditorium here on campus. There were many different sections from various Black student groups on campus, including multiple fashion showcases showing Black culture, along with student clothing brand 1K brand being given away during intermission. There were also 4 different dance performances from Elite Modeling Troupe, Heritage Dance Company, African Student Association, and Urban Flow. In addition to that, we saw 2 different gospel performances, one from the student group Harmonic Voices of Truth, and a guest performance from a DC band known as the Devise Messengers, who invited members of the crowd up to join in a choir. Keep an eye out on SUTV's website, where we will be posting full-length videos featuring many of the performances. The Dark Star Orchestra is taking the stage next week at the Loras Performing Arts Center. Staging over 3,000 shows for over 20 years, the Dark Star Orchestra continues to encapsulate the Grateful Dead live concert experience. The orchestra draws inspiration from years of tours and their extensive catalog of music, honoring the band with a familiar yet unique style that fans both new and old can enjoy. The concert will be taking place on Thursday, March 13th at 7 p.m. in the Loras Performing Arts Center. Tickets are on sale now at lorascenter.com.
Spring break is almost upon us, so all Shippensburg students should be preparing for the week ahead. Residence halls will be closing for spring break at 4 p.m. this Friday. They will open again at 1 p.m. on Sunday, March 16th. Unless you have received permission to stay, all students are required to leave campus for the break. Before leaving, every student must close all windows and doors, unplug all devices, empty all trash, and sign the checklist on their room door. Have fun and stay safe during the spring break, Shippensburg. Coming up next, we have a look at the wildfires in Japan.
And we have updates on President Trump and the State of the Union address.
Stay tuned.
Are you failing a class or don't know what you're doing? You're in luck. Shippensburg Primary Academic Resource Center is free to all SHIP students. The Student Success Center, also known as the Learning Center, is located on the first floor of Mowry Hall. The center provides a variety of services, including course-based tutoring, writing tutoring, and learning specialists. To schedule an in-person or Zoom appointment, visit the Student Success Center collaborative website, ship.campus.eab.com. I'm Will Nicholson with SUTV.
Here at Multicultural Student Affairs, we value every student. No matter your race or ethnicity, you are guaranteed a home here. MSA offers many resources: a place to study, a place to meditate, a place to socialize, or a safe place to communicate issues or talk with a faculty member. Come down to Gilbert Hall today and join our family. Our roots run deep. Why not grow together? This is a public service announcement from MSA.
Are you having a hard time focusing on your work? Why not check out the Ezra Lehman Memorial Library? The library has many resources like the IT desk on the main floor. For computer assistance, see the experts. Need to print in black and white or color? Don't worry, the library offers both options on different floors. You can use the bottom floor for group work and the top floor for when you need silence. Don't forget to stop by Starbucks. Check out library.ship.edu for more information. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
It's time to take a trip around the globe with Tatiana Steele in this week's World News.
Japan is battling their biggest forest fire in 3 decades. So far, the fires have burned more than 5,200 acres around the northern Japanese city of Ofunato, and at least one person has died, according to the Fire and Disaster Management Agency. It doesn't help that Ofunato has seen less rainfall this past February than any other Februarys in more than 20 years. They did get rain on Wednesday for the first time since the fire started, although it hasn't done much to extinguish the raging blaze. Japan has sent more than 2,000 firefighters and at least 16 helicopters to put a stop to these fires. The good news is that officials have said around 2,000 residents have left to stay with friends and relatives, and more than 1,200 have evacuated the area to shelters as the fires continue to burn in a forest area of Japan's second largest prefecture, Iwate. So far, there have been damages to more than 80 buildings. But Japan's Prime Minister said in Parliament, quote, "We will take all possible measures to ensure there will be no impact on people's homes," end quote. Japan is doing their best to get these fires under control and keep their people safe. In an executive order that President Trump signed a month ago to ban transgender troops from the military is set to take effect unless the troop is granted a waiver. Under the trans military ban Trump issued during his first term, trans service members who had come out prior to the ban taking effect could continue to serve openly and receive transition-related medical care. The new memo, however, states that members who, quote, "have a current diagnosis of history or exhibit symptoms consistent with gender dysphoria," end quote, will be disqualified from service. The memo also states that members can be considered for a waiver if, quote, "there is a compelling government interest in accessing the applicant that directly supports war fighting capabilities," end quote. The new policy also requires service members to use pronouns and salutations such as sir and ma'am that align with their birth sex. Between 2011 and 2025, surveys have found that there have been up to 15,000 transgender service members. Any active duty transgender will have 30 days left in the military. U.S. President Donald Trump has issued what he called a, quote, "last warning," end quote, to Hamas to release the hostages being held in Gaza. Hamas accused the president of conspiring with Israel to break the ceasefire deal. After the accusations, Trump went on Truth Social to say there would be hell to pay and, quote, "release all the hostages now, not later, and immediately return all the dead bodies of the people you murdered, or it is over for you," end quote. The leader of Hamas, Hazem Qassem, said that such threats, quote, "complicate matters regarding the ceasefire agreement and encourage the occupation to avoid implementing its terms," end quote. The post came after Trump met with a group of hostages at the White House. 2 direct meetings and several communications have taken place between Hamas and U.S. officials. The State of the Union took place this week, with more on Trump and the address. Here's SUTV's JD DeRazio.
President Donald J. Trump, back in the House chamber for the first time since 2020.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back.
Trump sought to rally the GOP majority around his agenda and convince the American public that his tariff policy, which prompted quick retaliation from Canada and China, with Mexico promising measures coming soon, will benefit America in the long run.
Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance.
Trump also defended the work of the Department of Government Efficiency, which has slashed thousands of jobs from the federal government in just weeks. He singled out billionaire Elon Musk in the chamber, who has been leading the charge.
Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe.
Meanwhile, Democrats showed disapproval of his policies with signs or by leaving the chamber. Democratic Congressman Al Green of Texas was removed from the chamber after yelling at the president.
The chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order.
Following the speech came the official response from the Democrats, delivered by freshman Senator Elisa Slotkin of the state of Michigan.
He's on the hunt to find trillions of dollars to pass along to the wealthiest in America. And to do that, he's going to make you pay in every part of your life.
For SUTV News, I'm JD DeRazio.
Serbian opposition lawmakers threw smoke grenades and used pepper spray inside Parliament on Tuesday to protest against the government and to support demonstrating students, with one legislator suffering a stroke during the chaos. At the legislative session, opposing politicians ran towards the parliamentary speakers while others stood from their chairs and threw smoke bombs and used pepper spray. Black and pink smoke can be seen filling the room as chaos broke loose. The scene was caused due to a ruling on a roof that collapsed, killing 14 people. Outside of the parliament stood hundreds of protesters mourning those who were lost. The session was adjourned and resumed Wednesday, March 5th. This has been Tatiana Steele with news from around the world. Now back to Haley and Maddie at the desk.
When we come back, we find out what the weather has in store for us for spring break.
Don't go away, we'll be right back.
A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it? I won't know.
I was like, scary that it can be put into anything. We can't even see it or notice it.
All right.
Or band praying. Do you want to start it?
Yeah.
There's been another deadly shooting.
Well, Shippensburg, take this as your friendly reminder to keep an umbrella on you at all times, because yesterday I got drenched by the rain. It was really tragic.
Store your
I was
gun
like
securely.
a shivering
Locked,
wet
unloaded,
chihuahua.
and away from
Wasn't
ammo.
great.
I gotta admit, the rain the other day was not fun, but other than that, we've had some pretty decent weather aside from this wind that just won't quit. I'm hoping that we're gonna have some warmth for spring break.
And let's hope it sticks around. Let's hand it off to Caroline Cooper with this week's weather report.
Perfect.
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Well, Ship, take this as your friendly reminder to always keep an umbrella on you, because yesterday I forgot mine and I was drenched in the rain. I was shivering like a wet chihuahua. It was not great.
I gotta admit, Maddie, the rain the other day was not fun, but other than that, we've had some pretty good weather. I mean, aside from the wind that won't quit, but I'm hoping we get to keep some warmth for spring break.
Yeah, and let's hope it sticks around. Let's hand it off to Caroline Cooper with this week's weather forecast.
Whoa. Jeez, guys. Haley and Maddie, I don't know about you, but this week and today in general has been a whirlwind. I cannot believe it. This week we had super sunny, warm weather, and then we got the pouring rain, and then now we're back to the super windy day again. You can see behind me, like this camera is shaking, and we have flurries as well. Where did this even come from? I don't even know. Today's weather has just been all over the place, but tonight we're going to be seeing the temperatures drop down again. We're going back down to 23 degrees, and our wind will be double that, almost even more, at 49 miles per hour. It is going to be a super windy night. And these temperatures will continue dropping into the morning tomorrow. We're going to see a little bit of rain chance, but that won't continue throughout the day. We'll be seeing a high temperature of 49 degrees, so that'll be pretty nice. But then looking into that night into Saturday morning, we will be seeing a little bit of precipitation, and depending on the temperatures, we may be seeing a little bit of rain, snowy mix as well. So just keep an eye and be safe when you're driving home for break. Looking into the weekend, we'll be seeing a lot nicer of weather. Saturday and Sunday, we'll have mostly sunny weather, and the temperatures will be coming up from 45 to 51 degrees. So that'll be pretty nice when you're going home. Looking into Monday and Tuesday, our temperatures will continue to be getting better, and we'll be seeing highs of 58 up to 68. Cannot believe it. I'm so excited. And then we'll see even better weather on Wednesday. We're hitting 70 degrees. I can't believe it. I'm predicting shorts, I'm predicting tank tops, I'm predicting sunglasses. Not that we need it here because there's nobody here over break. Anyway, we'll be seeing some great weather throughout the week, so hopefully that will continue when we get back here, but I'm not so sure. Anyway, my name is Carolyn Cooper. That's all I have for weather this week. Now over to Lex with entertainment.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Thank you, Caroline. We're storming into entertainment this week. Last Sunday, the annual Oscar ceremony was held. With one of the big winners of the night, let's send it over to Evan Pahusky.
Big moments came from the 2025 Oscars ceremony, including some surprising wins, iconic looks, and hilarious moments. For the first time, Conan O'Brien hosted the Oscars, easily being one of the funniest and best hosts the ceremony has seen in recent years. Adrien Brody took home Best Actor for his role in The Brutalist, beating out Timothée Chalamet and Ray Fiennes. Brody set the record for longest acceptance speech at the Oscars, amassing 5 minutes and 36 seconds of solid yapping. In a moment that surprised no one, Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting Actor for A Real Pain, taking the award over his Succession co-star Jeremy Strong. Zoe Saldana won Best Supporting Actress. The controversial film Emilia Perez only won 2 awards on Sunday night. For Best Actress, Mikey Madison won over Demi Moore and Fernanda Torres for her role in Anora. Anora was the big winner of the night, taking home Best Picture, with Sean Baker winning Best Director. This is Evan Pahusky with SUTV. Now back to the rest of your entertainment news.
Katy Perry is taking extraterrestrial to a whole new level. She announced last week that she will be joining an all-woman flight on Blue Origin's rocket. She will be joining Blue Origin owner Jeff Bezos' fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, producer Carrie Ann Flynn, and former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe. The flight of New Shepard Blue Origin's rocket is fully autonomous, meaning no pilots, and lasts around 11 minutes. There is no official date for the trip, but it is assumed to take place before Katy Perry's Lifetimes tour beginning in late April. Newly unsealed flight logs tied to Jeffrey Epstein reveal a long list of individuals connected to his travels and network. While being named in the documents does not imply wrongdoing, the records include former President Bill Clinton, President Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, and model Naomi Campbell, among others. Federal prosecutors pursued Epstein after his controversial 2008 plea deal allowed him to serve just 13 months. Despite widespread allegations of sexual abuse, officials say this release is the first step toward long overdue transparency and accountability. Florida's Attorney General has launched a criminal investigation into self-proclaimed misogynist Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan. In a statement on social media, Florida Attorney General James Utmeyer says he has directed his office to execute search warrants and issue subpoenas in the investigation. Andrew took to social media and said he was disappointed by the development. The two brothers arrived in Florida last week after being allowed to leave Romania. The pair were arrested in that country in 2022 for charges of human trafficking and forming an organized criminal gang. The brothers, who have dual U.S. and British citizenship, have denied the allegations. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis had previously suggested the brothers are not welcome in the state. The two are also being investigated by British authorities, where they have also denied wrongdoings. Andrew Tate was at one point suspended from all major social media platforms, but was reinstated to X after Elon Musk took control of the platform. For now, the state of Florida has yet to provide an update on the Tate investigation. Oscar winner Gene Hackman was found dead alongside his wife last week. The original theory was that the couple died due to a carbon monoxide leak, but that has since been disproven. The couple were found dead in different rooms of the house. A dead dog was also found in a closet near the bodies. Authorities say the couple may have been dead for up to 2 weeks before they were found. Hackman's wife, Betsy Arakawa, was found alongside a bottle of spilled pills in the bathroom. Authorities are still attempting to solve the mystery on how this famous celebrity couple passed away. This has been Lex Boyd with your official entertainment news. And now back to Maddie and Haley at the desk.
Coming up after this, we cover an exciting week of sports here at SHIP.
And we recap the 2025 NFL Combine.
Stick around for more after this.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
On Saturday, the women of SUTV collaborated to continue the tradition of the all-women's broadcast at the Shippensburg women's basketball game. The women's-led effort is put on each year at the start of March, Women's History Month, empowering aspiring female sports media professionals in an industry where women remain underrepresented. The broadcast included Maddie Shively on color commentator, Emily Hall on play-by-play, Jane Pullman on graphics, and audio. Tatiana, Alex Kane, and Karen Duffy operated cameras. Caroline Cooper was the sideline reporter with Alexis Elliott on wireless camera. The women were led by executive producer and the game's director, Claire Rothamel, for another successful year of the women's broadcast. To view the broadcast from this weekend, head to shipraiders.com. The men's basketball team tipped off the first round of the PSAC tournament with a tough matchup against Shepherd Golden Rams. The Raiders fell behind early 22-6 early in the first half and didn't get the lead down to single digits for the entire first half. The Raiders would battle throughout the second half, but fall short with a final score of 78-62. Some notable performances included Trey Martin, who played the entire 40 minutes of the game and scored 17 points. Timmy Connor also had 17 points on the night, as well as freshman Jaden Smith scoring 13 points. The Raider basketball team will head into the offseason as they prepare to head back to Hayes Fieldhouse next winter. Both indoor track and field teams participated in the PSAC championships last weekend. The men's team took the championship, extending their streak to 14 straight PSAC titles, starting back in 2011. Sophomore Tommy Crum Jr. led the way with a pair of first-place finishes in the mile and 3K, along with a team victory in the distance medley relay. His performance earned him the Most Valuable Men's Athlete honors. Some other notable performances on the men's side came from redshirt sophomore Quentin Townsend, who took first in the 200, as well as team effort in the 4x4. Chase Hasinger, who won the 800, and Jake Kearney, who earned the first place in the long jump. Moving to the women's side, the team finished in second place overall, their 15th indoor trophy finish in school history. Senior Sasha Lee led this team with her own Most Valuable Women's Athlete honors, earning this with a first place in the 60-meter hurdles, the long jump, and a second-place finish in the triple jump. The team fought hard for a second-place spot, barely nudging it out at the end over East Stroudsburg. Both teams are sending athletes to Indianapolis to compete in the Division II NCAA National Championships. This past Saturday, the softball team was in action against Pace University in a non-conference doubleheader at home. In Game 1, the Raiders dropped a shutout loss by a score of 5-0. Game 2 saw the Raiders put up a strong fight, scoring 8 runs on 10 hits, including a 3-run home run from Riley Urlacher in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But they could not overcome Pace, falling by a final score of 14-8 in the second game. The team was supposed to play this Tuesday against IUP. However, the doubleheader has been rescheduled for Friday, March 28th at IUP. The team's next game will take place next Tuesday during spring break against Bowie State. The 2025 NFL Draft Combine took place the past weekend in Indianapolis. Top prospects from around the country showcased their skills in front of scouts, coaches, and general managers. Wide receiver Matthew Golden turned heads with a lightning-fast 4.29-second 40-yard dash, making him one of the fastest players in this year's class. South Carolina safety Nick Emenwari impressed many people with his athleticism and quickness, solidifying his status as a top defensive prospect. Missouri offensive lineman Armand Membo displayed dominance in drills, potentially making him the first offensive lineman taken in the draft. Quarterbacks were also a hot topic at the Combine. Cam Ward from Miami boosted his draft stock, while Shedeur Sanders faced criticism in interviews, which might impact his draft selection. With the Combine now wrapped up, all eyes turn to the 2025 NFL Draft, where these athletes will find their future teams. Tune in Thursday, April 24th to see the action. That's all for sports this week. I'm Walker Stutz. Now back to Maddie and Haley at the desk.
Up next, we find out what Ship has planned for spring break.
Stay tuned.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Let's see what Shippensburg's spring break plans are this week with Ship Talk with Tatiana Steele.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Ship Talk. My name is Tatiana Steele, and spring break is coming up. Since it's coming up, we are asking students around campus what their fun spring break activities are.
So for spring break, I'm going home, going to some flea markets, some farmers markets, hanging out with the fiance, and doing whatever she wants to do.
I'll be working and making money.
I'm just gonna go back home, spend time with my family, get to see them, get to see my friends from back home. We might like go out, adventure around town because I live in Gettysburg, to like seeing all like the tourism that's coming over for spring break.
Just going to visit my family and friends.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go home and sleep all day probably, so.
So this semester, this spring break, I'm gonna go back to my hometown. I'll probably go see my folks and stuff. And I'm trying to go on a trip. Yeah, like something little, like Atlantic City or something. I don't really know. Out to eat. Oh yeah, I'm going to Del Frisco's on Friday.
For this spring break, I'm gonna finish Ramadan fast and everything in my hometown, Philly.
Oh yeah, finish Ramadan too.
Okay, so for the spring break, I'm giving out food to the homeless on Friday when I go home this Friday. And probably chilling with my family. That's nothing really special. So.
My spring break activities are going to be very boring. It's just working, hanging out with family and friends. I really do miss my family. But we're going to throw it back to Haley and Maddie on the desk.
Well, it sounds like everyone has some pretty fun plans. How about you, Maddie? What do you got planned for spring break?
I'm really excited. I'm headed to Disney World for my birthday.
Disney
How about you?
World.
How about you, Haley?
Nothing near as good as that. I'm probably going to spend the whole week sleeping, maybe working a little bit. Come catch me at Dunkin'.
Hey, I love getting some rest in. That's always the best thing you can do, to rest and rejuvenate before the rest of the semester.
But thank you for spending your evening with us here at SUTV. I'm Haley Galaskis.
And I'm Maddie Shively. Join us next week for the latest news on and off campus. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website, sutvnews.org.
Thank you, and have a good night.